Yo, what's up, Bogur Nation? I am here to talk about the new patch notes. It's a very small patch, but actually there's a few interesting changes, and I'm going to discuss them and I'm going to show them off. First and foremost, we have the Captain America changes. So now, instead of 650, he has 600, which means he has less survivability. All you can see right now is 700 HP, and that's because he is the anchor, and the way anchors work in this game is that they get a passive bonus even if they don't have the team up available, right? So before it was 750 HP basically, and now it's 700. The patch notes say 650 to 600. This is why, because by itself in a void state, this character has 650 HP, or now 600. So with a team up that he has with Bucky, even when it's not active, he has 700 now. Not much to talk about. He was very tanky. Now he's less tanky. I don't know if it's gonna make him less viable. I think he's actually still pretty strong and pretty annoying because people started learning him, and I think the Bucky team up is a little bit better, but I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later. After that, we have Strange. Strange got a buff, so they surprisingly didn't nerf him. They also buffed his skin, as you might see. He now has hands all the time, and he also has a new voice, so I might as well check it out because the actual patch isn't that interesting. They actually just buffed how fast his ult is generated. But as you can see, they added a filter to his voice, which might be a little bit annoying, but you can actually disable it in the settings. I'm not exactly sure where. So I wasted 5 minutes of my life, but here it is. If you go to audio settings, basic, use default costume sound effects, you might enable it. He's gonna have the normal voice. Okay, I guess I need to leave and rejoin. So if I pick it now, I'm losing my mind. Does it not work? I think his actual voice stays the same, but the sound effects of the costume actually are the old ones. The actual change for this character is the fact that you charge up your ult a little bit faster. And how much faster? From 3,400 to 3,100, which is around 8%. I'm not gonna calculate. I think it's around 8%. If my cybersecurity degree is correct. Oh no, I'm actually lying. Fuck. Okay. So it's 300 difference, which is less than 10%, because 10% of 3,400 is 340, so it's around 8%, give or take. I don't think it matters. I think the character is still ass, because it doesn't matter if you charge up your ult faster. I think there's plenty of counters, and his main gameplay is still boring. Even if he is an ass, I want to play him. I think Emma Frost is just better and counters him a lot more, so I'm just gonna move on. Groot, now, his big-ass wall doesn't have 700 HP, it has 600, which is quite the change. I think it's around 15% less tanky, which is a lot. A lot of the times you aren't able to break the wall in time to save your tank or somebody else, but now you will be able to. Think of it this way. Imagine if a tank lost 100 HP, it would make them a lot more killable. So it is kind of like a mini tank. 100 HP from 700 to 600 is significant. I don't know if it's going to make the character less strong, but I definitely think it's going to make him more counterable. And I think you definitely notice how much faster you can break the wall, even as a support player. And especially as a DPS player, I think that is quite the significant change. We can see whether or not the character will be still strong. He's quite dominant in high rank. We'll see, and maybe we get more adjustments in the mid-season patch. So this is a good change. I like this change. I don't like this character. I like the change. So it's good. It's good. Next up, we have Spider-Man. So they changed up Spider-Man. So this character now got nerfed because the support players won. I guess this is how they are gonna deal with the support strike. They nerfed Necros' favorite character. So Spider-Man now has a little bit less of a radius for his amazing combo, which his amazing combo is his F on PC. It's that icon over there. It's the uppercut. Before, it used to be 5 meters, so this would hit. Now it's 4 meters. So nothing but a change, I'll be honest. Makes him less consistent. You need to get in closer to actually punch people. I think before it was a lot easier to make this combo happen by not even getting close to an enemy. So I think this is good. I think if a Spider-Man player complains about it, I think they should get a job. I genuinely don't know what that was, I'll be honest with you. Good change. I think that was a good change. I know what happened to my screen. That was kind of weird. Next up, we have Winter Soldier. And Bucky, actually,
I'm not a symbol like Steve.
If you've watched my stream, you saw me talk about this, and I thought on stream that this is how they're gonna implement it because of how it's how you read it. Adjust the tainted voltage ability to have 2 charge levels while keeping the cooldown time unchanged. I thought that you're gonna get 2 charges, but chat corrected me and said you're gonna be able to charge it up. Turns out I'm right, and you're gonna have 2 charges, and that is absolutely broken for this character. I think, straight up, I think that is broken. I think Bucky is S tier again. I'll explain why right now. As a matter of fact, I'll show you.
Here they
Not
come.
only does he get 2 charges, but that is very strong on Bucky. On any other character, it wouldn't really matter, but here it does because Bucky reloads every time he uses an ability, right?
Got one.
Boom. I reloaded. Having 1 more ability on Bucky not only allows you to keep up your pressure for a lot longer without having to reload. Also, this ability slows, and it's not a bad ability because you can catch people off guard, and if you land it on somebody that's flying, they actually drop to the ground. This also deals extra damage, and you can, you know, for example, if the enemies are stacked up, you can shoot, you can use this, then you can shoot again. By the time the slow, you know, gets removed, you can do it again. You can catch people while they're trying to run away. But not only that, don't forget, Bucky actually gets extra health whenever he uses an ability. So
Here they come.
if you shoot, use your ability, you shoot, use your ability, you shoot, and use other abilities, you get plenty of HP. But not only you get plenty of HP and you get to reload your gun every time you use an ability, but because he has an extra ability, it also allows him to really keep up the momentum of his shots. So imagine this scenario. He shoots 3 times, he looks for a hook, he hooks, he shoots 3 times, he uppercuts, he shoots 3 times, then he uses his C, then he shoots 3 times, then he uses his E, then he shoots 3 times, he might have to reload now, but then he's gonna have his hook. Actually, a better combo would probably be, first he shoots, give me a second, I'm not a Bucky player, so give me a moment. I'm sure a Bucky player can really figure this out, but imagine you shoot 3 times,
Target neutralized.
use your E, you shoot 3 times, you use your E, you shoot 3 times, you use your hook,
Not so fast.
you shoot 3 times, you use your uppercut, you shoot 3 times, then you use your E, then you shoot 3 times, and then you can use your E again, then you can shoot 3 times again. And then you imagine you use your root. It just allows a lot more uptime for his mouse 1, for his primary fire, which does a lot of damage. So if you have good aim, you can really abuse this because you also slow people down. I think this is really broken on Bucky, and I think this makes Bucky probably S tier. Even if he got nerfed before, this is really strong. This is actually really strong. Strategists. We had a strategist strike, so strategist players get to eat. Nothing too significant except for Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock actually got a really big change. So before, he didn't have much healing. He would use his E,
The cosmos heals you.
and it would go on cooldown, right? So he has 2 charges, and he cannot heal anymore after using 2 of his charges. Now, they changed it, so whenever Adam Warlock lands a crit, it reduces the cooldown of his healing by 1 second. That is really busted. I'm just saying it right now. Adam's one of his main weaknesses was that he couldn't heal much, which meant that you always had to run triple support. I don't know if that changes things right now, but maybe there's a scenario where you don't need to run triple support because his healing output might be really good now. Hear me out and just watch what I'm gonna do here. If I use my E and just land some headshots, I have my E again, and I have my E again, and I have my E again. You won't be landing so many headshots, but your uptime of your healing is going to be a lot more. You're going to be able to use that ability a lot more. You're going to be able to heal a lot more, and you're going to get your ult a lot more. His healing is really strong as well. A lot of the weaknesses for this character is that he's very diveable after he uses his shift and his E's. But here's the thing. He has a longer cooldown on his shift, which makes it really easy to dive him nowadays. Now though, with this buff, if he's able to aim, if you're a good Adam Warlock player, you can keep healing yourself as you're being dove. You can keep healing your supports as you're being dove. It is really strong. As long as you're able to hit headshots, I think you are a very scary character. And I think this change is a very interesting change. I think it makes him broken, and I think it makes Rescomp broken, because this change, as I said, allows for good players to really spam heals and keep their team alive without much issue. Before, you would just spam damage and use your shift and sometimes heal, but now I feel like if you can land those headshots, especially against a triple tank composition or characters that are very easy to headshot, I think you're going to be able to spam heals non-stop. And I think this will really break the character. Maybe it is a really good change because it rewards skill and punishes bad players. because I think the skill differential between people that can land their shots and the people that cannot will be really big. So you really need to focus on aiming. I think on paper it's a good change, but I think in reality it's going to make rest comp really annoying and broken. Next up, we have Luna Snow. Luna Snow, what they changed is the damage fall off. Can you shut the fuck up? Adjust damage fall off of light and dark ice, which is her normal mouse one. Primary fire from 60% at 40 meters to 75%, which means you can do more damage from long range, basically. So 40 meters, right, is quite the distance. So you deal, so basically you deal 15% more damage. How do I word this? Because it's not 15% off 60%. It's from 60% to 75%. So if you do this amount of damage, which I don't know how much it is right now, from below 40 meters, you're gonna do this amount of damage if you're above 40 meters. So I think this is 40 meters. It should be, right? Yeah, so she does a lot more damage now from long range, which might make her a little bit more focused on DPSing. I think she's still a heal bot. It allows her to get more kills. I've been seeing a lot of Luna Snow get kills before the change, so I think maybe it's a good change for them. I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it's broken. I might be wrong. I might be corrected, but I think a lot of DPS players are crying for no reason. I think it's a maybe good change. I don't really mind it. I don't think anyone should mind it. I don't know why they buff Luna, because I think she's really strong as she is, and she hasn't gotten any nerfs, and she's been meta for so long, so I don't know about that. But hey, you know, Luna Snow got buffed, I guess, the poster child of Marvel Rivals. And next up, we have Mantis, and Mantis got more damage. So now she does 55 instead of 50. So whenever she headshots, she does 110 per headshot. And if she's damage boosted, I'm not sure what the numbers are exactly, but this is what it looks like. They're left with very, very little HP, so not enough to break the threshold. So you cannot two-shot 250 HP targets. So I guess they were really careful. But, you know, you do more damage, you're going to land more headshots, you're going to land more kills. I mean, if you land more headshots, you're going to land more kills. It doesn't matter if you land more headshots, to be honest. You can just body shot, right? So it just means that Mantis can fight back more. I think it's good because Mantis was in a little bit of a rough spot, but I wonder if these changes plus the Adam changes will really make will really make the rest comp a lot stronger. Next up, we have Cloak and Dagger. I actually forgot about this one, but now she actually does more damage. So from 15 to 18, she cannot headshot, so this is what it looks like. Nothing burger. It's 3 more damage. It doesn't really matter much. On Cloak, you can fight back DPS more, I guess, and do more damage whenever they dive you, but I don't think you really want to focus on that because you do want to heal your teammates. I think it's a good change. And then you do more damage whenever you're in this form. So I think this does as much damage as Scarlet or more, which might be actually really strong. So if I discord them, I call it discord because I've played a lot of Overwatch, but your E applies damage increase to everybody shooting them. So if they are in this collar after your Cloak uses the thing, they take more damage. So it might be good. It might allow Cloak and Daggers to, you know, kind of play like more in Overwatch. Some Cloaks have been doing that, but I don't think it really, you know, takes care of the main issues of this character. I think her main... so Dagger's main form, I think, doesn't provide enough healing. And I think her ult is quite bad compared to other support ults because you can counter it with Magneto ult easily. And yeah, you can hide and stuff, but it's a lot of mind games when you can actually just provide more value by using Luna ult or Invis ult. I don't think it's that good. I don't think it really changes much about the character. I guess if you're more of a solo Q and D on this character, you can get more kills. I guess they gave more fighting power to supports. I'll be real, I don't think supports right now with these changes really become much more autonomous. I think they'll still die to the same things. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't play dive, but I think dive players are gonna complain, and you know what? Fuck them. Let them complain. So whatever. I don't really care about it. I don't think it really matters. Support players won. Good for them. I don't really care. But it's a nice change. Next, final change, and why I was discussing Bucky before, and I said that there's one more change that made him really strong.
It's not too late to set them right.
Thank you, Bucky, for that. Here's the thing. If you have a cap, you get a team up with Bucky, right? Before, you just slow enemies, but now everybody
Here they come.
in the range of your team up
On it, Steve.
gets bonus HP. So it decays quite fast. But hear me out. That's not everything. Imagine you're getting Dove, you use that, you clash, you give 50 HP to everyone. It's going to keep your supports alive. It's going to keep you alive if you're low HP. It's going to get you out of danger because their range is quite decent.
Always ready, Cap.
Right? And it also slows enemies, right? But that's not all. The main reason why I think this really makes Bucky a lot stronger is not only that Cap isn't that bad anymore, but with the addition of his E, I feel like continuously shoot with your gun because your team up actually reloads your gun. So if I shoot 3 times,
Always ready,
I use
Cap.
my C, I use my team up, and I can shoot 3 times again because it is an ability and you can shoot the thing. I also wonder if you get bonus HP from that team up because you get 50 bonus health plus the fact that you use an ability. Let me check.
Always ready, Cap.
So you get 325. No, okay. So you just get the 50 bonus health. You don't get the bonus health from using ability, but it does reload your gun. So if I shoot 3 times, I use my E, I shoot 3 times, I use my E, shoot 3 times, I use my hook, shoot 3 times, I use my uppercut, shoot 3 times, use my E, shoot 3 times, I can use my C, I can shoot 3 times, and then I can use my E, and then I can shoot 3 times, and I'm gonna get my E again, and then I'm gonna shoot 3 times, and I'm gonna hook, and then you get the idea.
Not so fast.
You don't need to reload this character anymore. So, I'm not good at this character, so I don't know what is the most optimal combo. I think Bucky is really good now, especially without Cap. I think this team up is a lot better now because it gives 50 bonus health. I think Bucky, as I said, I think is a lot stronger. I think his ultimate is still good, and with the addition of another charge for his E, definitely a lot better. So there is. Can you shut up? Jesus Christ.
Incoming.
Just leave me alone. I'm being harassed by this guy. And one last thing I do want to say is that Marvel Rivals just announced that they're having a brand new tournament, Marvel Rivals Ignite. This is not sponsored. I think it's just really cool with a 3 million prize pool, and the grand finals have $1 million prize pool. So, yeah, that is cool as fuck. So, God bless. I think this game needed really good esports and big hype with a big prize pool to really keep it alive. All big games have popped up and stayed alive for a long time because of big prize pools. Dota became a lot more popular with the international and the insane prize pool. League became a lot more popular with the insane prize pools because it's a talking point. Fortnite, the same thing. So, I think it's a good thing. I'm glad they're investing in esports. I'm just worried because I think this game is really hard to watch. Even I don't really enjoy watching the pro scene because hero shooters are notoriously bad at watching esports wise because there's so many things happening. It's so fast paced. There's no downtime, not enough time to explain stuff. It's not like MOBAs. It's not like CS and stuff. It is quite difficult to watch. So I know how they're gonna tackle this. My biggest idea is to allow people to watch their POVs, the POVs of every player separately, like Overwatch League had back in the day. I think that would be cool. Because if I'm a DPS player, I want to watch a DPS player. If I'm a tank player, I want to watch tank. And if I'm a support player, I want to watch tank. Me watching the POV of people, I think that would be really cool. Maybe if they can integrate stuff that allows you to do stuff. I'm getting a call. Give me a sec. Okay, I am sorry about the cut. I was on a call and then I did record something, but then I forgot to unmute. So I'm going to record this part again. But we'll see when we get more details, but I'm happy about it. I don't know if I talked about it. If I did talk about it, Pollard can get this out. But they actually said that they're fixing the matchmaking RR gain for performance. So I don't know how it's going to look like right now because I haven't tested it. I hope that DPS players get less points and support players get more points, because I don't think anyone should gain only 8 points or lose 8 points because it is a team-based game and you can't win the game even if it's a 5v6. Every single player in the team doesn't matter. Even if I get to flame support players a lot, it doesn't matter whether or not you have 2 supports. So I think that's a good thing. We'll see more, and overall interesting patch notes and good news. So W.